Welcome back, guys, to another one. Just coming into the open fields today to run straight down, around and back again for another 3 or 4 miles. Let's go. Nice sunny afternoon, not too bad, not much wind, not too cold either, just right. Let's see how we get on. I'm not going to go anywhere new today, just the usual route that I've been doing for the last few videos. Nice and easy. There's no real big hills anywhere or anything like that, so it should be nice and easy today. 3 or 4 miles, that's all we're doing. Nothing crazy, just keeping the pace nice and steady. See if I can get into a rhythm here on my breathing as well. It seems to be, for the first 5 or 10 minutes, getting into it seems to wear me down quite a bit. Usually after I stop for 10 or so seconds, it's easier to start again. I don't get that same ache or stiffness in my legs. I'm finding it easier to start recently compared to when I first started. It was almost impossible to get going without having to stop and shake my legs. So for those of you who are running, just starting, or have tried it before only for a few times, or don't be put off by the aching and the stiffness. It does get better, slowly. I've worn quite a large jacket, a waterproof jacket to come out in. That's probably a mistake. I'd rather run and be too warm than run and freeze to death. The weather around here seems to be quite temperamental. 1 minute it's raining, next minute it's sunny. A few hours ago we had hailstones, in fact, so a bit of a mix today. So I brought my large jacket with me. It's quite heavy too. Weights more or less the same, around the 16 and a quarter mark now, I think. Keeps fluctuating between late 15 stones and early 16 stones, so definitely around that 16 mark. Catch my breath a second here. I'm not sorry to be running past these trees. The other day I did a push-up challenge video where every tree I passed, I went down and did a 25 push-ups, and it got a little bit out of control because there was more trees on the route I took than I thought there would be. It's funny, you don't realise how many trees there are until you got to do 25 push-ups at each one you pass. I failed that challenge, by the way. It wasn't planned how I thought it would be, but I think I got about 1.5 miles out of the 2 miles I was supposed to do. I ended up doing about 300. to 400 push-ups, to the point where I just couldn't do another one. So I had to give up on that one. You'll find that video on my channel. It's the last one I did, I think, before this one. If you're interested. I say it's not going to be anything like that today, no push-ups. Just a straight 3 or 4 mile jog. I'm not going at crazy speeds, just nice and easy. Oh, my legs are aching like hell. Squats again today before I came out to run. I don't plan to do it that way, it's just how it seems to work out. I get busy with editing and other things. My other channel, before you know it, it's 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So I tend to just do my 3 sets of weights, which is just standard shoulder press, 10 reps, anywhere between 10 and 20 kilos. I do 3 different variations of those: barbell, Olympic barbell, and easy bar above the head, 1 in front of the head, 1 behind. Then if it's a day like today, which is shoulders, back and legs, I tend to do front shoulder raises, or else I do them sideways for another 10, and I do the 10 squats, and that's about 40-50 reps at different angles, and I call that 1 set, and I tend to do them all in one without stopping, so it's quite it gives you a little kick on the cardio too. I do 3 of those. It doesn't take me very long. Just trying to get some all round strength into my muscles. But them squats tie my legs a little bit, which isn't great to do before running. I should really come back and do them after, but it's a bad habit I've gotten into. Nice and peaceful out here today. No one around at all. Back on it. Where are we? Let's have a look. This stupid cannon keeps coming up in front of the camera there. I've got to stop it. I'm checking this on my arm here. The freaking Dalek running around. Why'd you keep going back to that? Hold on, here we go. 1 mile down. So the Strava app there. I was telling you about that last time. It's a good free app. Strava, S-T-R-A-V-A. Just get it on whatever app store you're on. Install it. Sign in with your Google Gmail or whatever email you've got. No subscription needed. If you want to keep track of your distance, your calories burned, if you put in your profile statistics, weight, height, age, etc. And you can keep track of where you've run and everything. It keeps a good record on you, so you can track your progress or good little app. And the best of all, it's free. There are subscriptions you can do, like I said before, to get some extra features on there, but you don't really need it, especially if you're starting off. Past the church. yawning while I'm running. I'm quite sure why. Happens a lot though. Last place, you think you're going to get tired. This is where I got lost the other day. Coming back. Basically going around these fields, doing push-ups. After about, I don't know, 100, 200 push-ups, I really started to feel it in my arms. And it threw me off the direction I came. I had no 4G signal, so I couldn't check anything. So I went 1 or 2 miles out of my way and probably did 100 or so push-ups extra than what I needed to do. You'll find me doing a few videos like that where I'm running and I set a challenge. For example, if I stop, I'll do 10 push-ups, or I'll pass a tree, or what do you call it, a telephone pole. I'll do X amount of push-ups, sit-ups or squats. As a penalty, something different than it. Try and push myself slightly. It gets very boring just running around in circles all day. Even in nice countryside like this, it gets pretty boring. I can only imagine it's quite boring to watch too. So that's what I've been doing anyway. So we'll do another 2 or 3 miles here. That'll be today's run done. I'm still going every day for a run, anywhere between 45 minutes and 2 hours, depending on if I'm doing a challenge or a straight run, if I'm filming or not filming. It will take time, all the extra messing around. The important thing is I stay accountable to it, and I do it every day. It's okay to have a day off every now and then if you're not quite 100%. I prefer to try my best to go out every single day and just go. Today, for example, again, got to the time where I was supposed to go and run, and I really didn't feel like it. I don't know why. It just seems to, you just seem to hit a wall. You're okay thinking about it for most of the day. You've got it booked in your mind. As soon as you start to go and put your clothes on or your running trainers on, that's when the excuses start going through you. Well, they do for me anyway, through my mind. I'm not even going to embarrass myself with the excuses that I'm coming up with, but you'll be surprised they are tempting. I think as long as you can put up some sort of resistance against that thought process, if you can put something up, almost like your ignorance to the fact, so you can ignore it, then as long as you win every day, you'll be alright. I think it's working for me. Excuses in the back of your mind is what screws you up. That's what stops you from going. Nothing else. People say it's because you're being lazy or you're not disciplined. Or, yeah, I guess it's true along them lines too. You just have to ignore the excuses that your brain comes up with. It tries to talk you out of it. And let's be honest, nobody wants to go running. It's effort. It's a little bit of pain. So it makes sense why the body would want to try and convince you to wait a day or whatever. But don't let them excuses settle in. Make a point of it. If you can get through that bit, you're on to a winner. Oh, little chickens over there. Oh, excuse me. Have a breath here. Let's see where we're at. We're coming up for 6:30 PM. 1.5 miles. So what we're going to do is get to 2. Flip around and go back. I've brought you up this way before. We did a right up there by that diversion sign. We went along, found that big field, if you remember, if you saw it. We was only supposed to do 3 miles that day, but we ended up doing 5 or 6. We will go to the end of this ride, flip round. It's a slight incline on this road. I feel that in my calves. Like I said, I'm still carrying a good 16 stone. So I do feel these hills, even these slight inclines there. That's where we are anyway, left to Loddon, right to Mundham. Not too happy, did he? Right, back we go. Really trying not to walk for too much today. I know, because I do tend to slow myself down every now and then and walk. When I start waffling, I end up walking for too long. I'm trying to get into the habit of keep moving. Just get into a rhythm. Close to the achings coming out my legs at the moment, because once I get past that mile, that first 10 or 15 minutes, which is very slow, my legs tend to get into it. Like I said, it's that initial mile beats my legs up a bit, and then generally you'll find, well, I do, I find that I'm okay on the 2nd, 3rd, and then just towards the end of the 4th mile my legs start aching just like they did in the 1st mile. So there's definitely a sweet spot somewhere there. Don't know if you're the same when you run. Stopping again. Just try and keep it down to a few seconds when I do. Oh, someone's been left a parcel, and it's not been put over the gate. Oh dear. Not very safe, is it? It's pretty safe around here though. Nice and secluded, private little roads. I'm not going to get lost this time. Straight up here and left. I was just so knackered last time from all them push-ups. Once I got about 100, 150 push-ups, and then I had to do another 30 in one. It totally drained my morale. And when I stood up to run, finished the run, last mile, I basically looked up and saw what you can see now, and I couldn't remember if I came from all that way or whether I came up one of these side bits. So I was literally running up and down there for a good 20 minutes, half hour, trying to figure out which way to go. Like I said, my 4G wasn't working, so my battery went as well on my camera, so luckily I had a spare. Whacked that in, finished the video, walked around for a bit, managed to get a 4G signal, and that was the right way. But I was right, I did actually come from one of these bits. Anyway, I don't give a shit. The point I'm trying to make is, this is the road. I got lost due to overdoing it, I think. Totally spun my head. Like I said, I'm trying to push myself not to just do these boring runs, 3 or 4 miles, 5 miles, whatever. They get very boring. There's not much to film, you know, apart from you talking out of breath and going like that. I don't tend to watch very much of my videos. It tends to get annoying. Maybe you're the same when you hear your own voice, especially when it's in pain. It depresses me. Uphill slightly. See how the legs go with this one. Okay so far. Doesn't look much of a hill, but it's a definite incline here. My legs are starting, I just feel it now. Oh no, I'm still okay. I'm surprised it's still quite warm. The hailstones earlier made everything feel very cold. Yeah, my legs are definitely feeling it now. Get my breath back slightly. Oh, done me in that a little bit. I'm still waiting for the day where I can run without stopping for the full hour or 2 hours, whatever it is that I do on said day. But it just depends on the route, doesn't it? If you're going uphill, downhill, or just flat, usually makes sense, doesn't it? That all three are happening at any given time. So maybe if I paced myself slightly more, I tend to go at the same pace, more or less. So we should be just shy of 4 miles today when I finish. Looking at this, coming up for 3 miles. It's not far, but for me I couldn't run a quarter of a mile or even half a mile when I first started. 19 stone I was, so, or nearly 19 stone. One Big Mac away, maybe some fries. But I couldn't run very far at all, and I felt like I was going to explode all over my head, chest, everything. Felt like I was carrying a sack of rubble around my waist. It was hurting when I was running. Sharp stabbing pains, yanking here and there. Felt like my organs were doing a dance, bashing up against one another. And afterwards, I also noticed my stomach was like numb, like pins and needles. It wasn't a very nice sensation. So that hurt for a while, that did. Running every day like that for a good few months. And eventually, I got down to about 17 and a half stone. So a stone and a half lighter. I felt a big difference where it was no longer a factor. So it took away a big distraction for me. So I could actually concentrate on my legs and my fitness rather than this pain around my midsection. I don't know, I'm not sure if carrying that extra weight made my legs stronger or not, because they seem to be the thing that's benefiting the most from running. Obviously, when I was carrying that heavy weight around for an hour a day, sometimes 2 hours, trying to run it off, not very successfully. I gotta get my breath a second. That's enough of that shit. It's coming up to 7 o'clock now. Nearly. The sun's right in my eyes. Mine's a bit warm from the face. Mine's 4 pints of Guinness waiting for me at home. Actually, I'm supposed to tell my wife to put them in the freezer because I bought them and I forgot to put them in the fridge. 1 second. Alright. There we go. Get on the shadow here. Huh? That's not how you spell Guinness, is it? I'll show you what I mean. The guinea pigs in the freezer. Oh no, I've got no 4G again. Well, that ain't gonna happen. Hopefully she remembers anyway. I hate warm Guinness. You can't put ice in it. tried. Shit. My own fault. I should put my own videos in the fridge. I usually do. In a rush to get out today, you see. Never mind. I'm here to run. Not talk about alcohol. Last mile. See if we can crack this one out. Slight incline again. See, it's starting to keep stopping now. Every now and then I seem to be okay to run for a couple of minutes or so, and then I find myself needing to stop. Get up this hill here a little bit. There we go. On straight again. I'll just slow it down slightly. I don't want to keep stopping. The sun right in our eyes here. I don't know what that's going to look like on the camera. Hopefully it ain't blinding you. In the road, then right, that'll be the last half mile. All the crops are starting to get a bit taller this time of year. All the tracks down the middle. Nice bit of greenery. And a load of mud to look at. Oh, I'm starting to feel it now. I get just before this fourth mile. Right in my chest. My legs aren't too bad. My fitness is paying for it today. I say I run 7 days a week. No 2 days seem to be the same. Apart from waffling crap, being out of breath. Come on, last half a mile. Right, done. Shower time, beer time, food time, fat time. Waste of time. He's over there, thinks I'm swearing at him. Whoops. No wind at all, don't believe it. Rare for Norfolk. Your fucking wind. everywhere you go. Car coming. Get over this side here. Oh. Oh, I seem to be cooking. Definition water shack. No car. Back on it. Just get down to where I started. It's down here on the bridge. That's another day down. Another 4 miles to add on. Hopefully that's got rid of a few calories. We'll see. I hope I don't have to get the battery back on the other side of this, because I can hear it beeping now. I think the battery's about to go, so if I do lose you halfway through, you know, usual crap. Like, subscribe, comment, etc, etc. I think we'll hold out. Literally got a couple of 100 yards down here. So, once again, Dougie there. Thanks for watching. Please do subscribe if you haven't already. Feel free to leave a comment if you found it interesting or you want to ask anything. Not a problem. Oh, my legs are starting to kill me now. So that's it for another one. 4 miles down, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take it easy. Bye bye.